July 5th here on the Damon Bruce Show, brought to you by Ikes. Not only is it the day after the 4th of July, it's a mofo Friday. Doesn't even feel like a Friday. Sort of feels like a Monday. But it is a mofo Friday, and it's a 10-finger Friday. Everyone still got all your digits after a night of blowing some things up, I hope? Good. That's very good news. I'm glad you still got it. It is good to have you here. Thank you so much for stopping on by. Another successful wake up with Larry in the books, which means sip of the day already off the board. But we know these things, especially if you are among the initiated. And you're a regular and you're here all the time. It's great to have you here. Thank you so much. I know a lot of people probably won't be here because they're out on a little vacation. I hope you're having a great little break from your normal work week because of the 4th of July holiday. Buddy Hield has officially entered the chat. After hearing his name time and time again, he is now a Golden State Warrior. And this, I think, is a good thing. That's why Buddy made himself the thumbnail of today's show, because Buddy Hield is someone who has got, what, a 2-year, $21 million deal. Kendra Andrews says he's going to get $18 million in his first 2 years, and then $3 million partially guaranteed coming up. In 26-27 season. It's a player option, non-guaranteed 4th year is also baked into that whole thing as well. Either way, here's a guy who is a prolific three-point shooter. As a matter of fact, if you are a Warriors fan, I'm sure you've already seen the memes, the tweets that have the graphic that'll tell you that Buddy Hield and Steph Curry have hit the most threes in the NBA over the last 5 seasons. As a matter of fact, Buddy Hield has the second most made threes in the first 8 years of his career. Steph Curry, number 1. Buddy Hield, number 2. Klay Thompson, number 3. So replacing Klay Thompson in the aggregate is a little something that the Warriors needed to do. Now, trading for the one in his prime stud all-star. Look, Lauri Markkanen remains out there, and maybe the wheels ain't done moving on this yet. But if nothing else were to happen for the Warriors, this might not satisfy some Warriors fans, but mission accomplished in this offseason already. Getting under the luxury tax, much less the second apron, check, that's already happened. It's already happened. So that's, I believe, the number one priority of this offseason for the Warriors, to just have some roster and financial flexibility going forward. They needed a full flush of the ridiculous price tag for 1 year here. So they've got that accomplished. And I really do think that, like DeAnthony Melton plus Buddy Hield plus Kyle Anderson in free agency, I don't know if you're much better. As a matter of fact, you're not much better, but you're not much worse either. You're kind of staying the same. Now, staying the same was an unsatisfying result, but again, different pieces and how they all fit together and come out in the wash in a year where I think that defense just has to be a priority. Maybe the Warriors are a better basketball team today than they were a week ago. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I really don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that they're a little bit better. Lindy Waters III, Quentin Post, the rookie out of Boston College. Let's see what these guys bring to the table, if anything, and what pieces do you now have left that sort of get buried behind Melton and Hield. This is always you, Moses Moody. I'm so sorry, but it seems to be your life. So do you want those guys, again, just sort of sitting on your bench, not contributing much, or do you want to package someone in future picks for Lauri Markkanen, if he indeed is in the open air just waiting for somebody to come get him in Utah? Again, I've seen conflicting reports on Lauri Markkanen that, yes, the Jazz are willing to talk and listen, and I've also seen the Jazz are not willing to talk and listen on Lauri Markkanen. I don't know who or what to believe necessarily. But here we are. It's a moment in time for the Warriors where I think getting dramatically different during the offseason is no longer really out there for them. I don't think they're going to be dramatically better. I don't think they're going to be dramatically worse. And being just about the same as who they are was just about enough to be a playoff team. And now you need to factor in, we're going to play defense like it matters again. Draymond, you're not going to disappear for a 20-game how dare you suspension. And Andrew Wiggins, if you're on this team, you know what? Be on the team for every single game that we're playing this year. Don't have to take an imaginary 3-4 week, where is the guy? That can't happen again. A full year out of Draymond, a full year out of the imposter that is Andrew Wiggins. Trace Jackson-Davis joining the starting five and really taking a big step forward in year 2. Brandon Pajemski taking a big step forward in year 2. Having Jonathan Kuminga going into year 4 with big steps forward being the only way to sort of track his progress early on in his career here. Gary Payton, what do you know? You're not hurt every 3 games. That would be a nice little wrinkle in development. And oh, by the way, Steph Curry, you're not allowed to age. If all of those things happen, the Warriors could be okay still. Warriors could be an okay basketball team. Now, is okay good enough for some of you out there? The answer is no. But okay is probably the most available to them at this point in time, with the going from okay to pretty damn good being directly correlated to their decision to play defense together as a basketball team or not. Most of the NBA has decided, we're not even going to bother playing defense in the regular season. So teams that do stand out. And I think for the Warriors to stand out, if not trading for Lauri Markkanen, you better be a defensive basketball team. Even if you do trade for Lauri Markkanen, to be totally honest with you. Markkanen not known as a shutdown defender. Buddy Hield not known as a shutdown anything. So we'll see. We will see. But I do like the fact that we're talking a little basketball. I do love hoops, and there's really nothing more to tell you about the 49ers, but we'll figure it out. Again, this show's never going to waste your time, and you're never going to waste a good idea for lunch as long as you think about going to Ikes. And I'll tell you, if you have signed up for that app, if you are in the rewards program, you know what you got waiting for you right now? You got $4 in credit that Ike put in at midnight on the 4th of July, and you got till Sunday to use those $4. So if you are already signed up for Ikes, you got a $4 sandwich bonus just waiting right now for you in your account. Don't take my word for it. Look for yourself on the Ikes Reward app, which you should have downloaded a year ago. But hopefully you downloaded it this week. And if you did, again, $4 are waiting for you. Got to use it by Sunday or poof, it vanishes. You don't want it to vanish. You want to use it. You want to eat well. Eat well at Ikes. You will, trust me. And then if you want to drink well, go into the well at the Dubliner. West Portal, baby. Those are my kind of folks. And I'll tell you, we got a Plus Mania that we will be announcing next week. I know we said that we were going to announce it this week, but Kenny was on vacation, and I need Kenny to help me pick the date. And then I got to double check and cross-reference with the wife and make sure we got it all available and everything good like that. But it is going to happen in the month of July. We will be getting together, I promise you, one of the days this month at the Dubliner. It'll be like a Saturday or a Sunday. I can guarantee you that. And I look forward to us all hanging out. Whenever we can get the Plus crew together, it's good things happen. These are good people, and the Dubliner's already full of good people. Imagine if we can fill a place already full of good people with our good people. That's called a what's the opposite of a hostile takeover? A fun, smooth takeover? That's what we'll do. We'll take over the Dubliner in a non-hostile, fun, smooth, generously tipping way like we always do. That's what I want to see happen. So love Ikes, love the Dubliner, support the channel by supporting my sponsors. You can support the channel with a membership, and then if you do, you'll get to know Sports Bane. And let's see, you can also support the channel with zero commitment in any way, shape, or form of your time or your money just by hitting like and subscribing to the channel. We're officially now over, what do we got, like 21.6? I think we're on our way to 22,000 subscribers, so thank you so very much. Not bad for the first year in change, and season 2 hasn't even started yet for the Niners. By the way, season 2 begins officially in 11 days. That's when 49er training camp opens. Veterans are going to report a week later. Brandon Ayuk contract, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing left to say there but getting it done. So hopefully they do get it done. One more thing on the Warriors before we go into a couple of other stories today, because Marcus Thompson Such a great writer. He's so connected, and I really thought that he wrote a few things about Klay that were worth getting on the record over here. Marcus Thompson in The Athletic, writing about Klay Thompson's departure, is, love's hardest yet most necessary gesture is liberation. And he's talking about all the hard feelings that come with Klay's departure. The sacrifice required to accept absence in the name of freedom. Klay's gift to the Bay Area outside of his most beautiful shooting form and the incredible moments that he created was his sovereignty. Kind of interesting to think about it that way, because Klay has always certainly been a big part of the group. But even as a big part of the group, it always felt like Klay sort of marched to his own drummer, right? Like coming out of the Hamptons 5 meeting that landed Kevin Durant. Everybody was giving incredible Kevin Durant will be a great teammate quotes. But for Klay Thompson, who was basically asked about the shots that he would be sacrificing, he's like, what shots am I going to sacrifice? I ain't sacrificing shit for Kevin Durant. And so Klay's always sort of been his individual spirit, who was never pulling on the opposite side of the rope of a team concept, but he was always kind of like a dude unto himself among the group. Marcus goes on to write, he moved as a free spirit in an industry of concocted personalities within an era of trends and conformity. His ability and willingness to choose his path, veering away from the box of his profession, in some ways granted permission for his fans to do the same. Riding with Klay meant being yourself. Klay Thompson was his own man. And that goes into, the battle of egos, that he did want pressed or massaged or not. He wanted his own merit to stand as reasons for Lacob to say, we're back or we're not. And obviously, I really do think that there was an awful lot of, how does it end with the Warriors? Does it end with one more title, or has that one more title that ends it already happened? Klay Thompson can be a lot of things. A new shiny object to be excited about was not one of them for the Warriors. An older guy with a declining skill set that was going to bring out everybody's anxiety is really what was left for Klay with the Warriors. Hearing how he is no longer part of the big three that can get it done anymore on a championship level was really all that was waiting for Klay at Chase Center. In Dallas, he does represent the new. In Dallas, he does represent maybe he's the difference maker in who we are and what we want to be, where that's a difference maker to the positive. The difference maker to the negative is what was sort of waiting for him back with the Golden State Warriors. Anyways, excellent article about by Marcus Thompson. Great writer, dialed in, introspective. Good article if you want to read about just the battle of egos and personalities that get involved here in the Klay Thompson decision. Great stuff from Marcus. We need to get him on the channel soon. So, hopefully everybody in the chat, I know, what do we got here? Is everybody reporting for duty today? We got an awful lot of regulars. I see Otis. I see Rockin' New Era 84. This is like the magic mirror. Vince Vargas, good to see you. A lot of regulars. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday coming from the Daniel Berry Sport Highlight Channel. Thank you very much, Daniel. Great to have you in here. SF Indigo, he's already back in the office. Look, a lot of people go back to the office. A lot of people take that Friday off. I notice our numbers are down just in terms of who we normally got in the room about this time into the show, which means a lot of people are on vacation, and good. Good. It's time to take a vacation. It's time to get away. This is good. These are good things. So I see Chef A in here, Leslie, Otis, Sam Bruno, Mike. God bless you all for being here. Thank you for watching, the loyalty. We love it an awful lot. Got Gareth. Oh, yeah. Nathaniel. regulars, True Blue, 82 Atlantic. I see y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Albert. Now I feel bad. I'm ripping off regular names. I don't want to leave anybody out. If you're a regular, you know who you are. E. Scott Burns, you know who you are. You know who you are. And then you get to say hi to somebody new. Like, oh, it's Erwin Browers. Hello, Erwin. It's good to have you here. Thank you very much. Yes, roll call all the way around. This is a bit much. Okay. What else we got here? I see people are comparing their colors in terms of their starred badges. Oh, those of you who have been among the initiated from the get-go are now wearing gold stars. Congratulations on your gold star. It means a lot to me that you want to support this channel morning, afternoon, and night. What else have we got going on here? You ready to talk wedding dresses? Because that's where we're going. We're going wedding dresses. Christian McCaffrey is all over a wedding dress influencer for saying that Olivia-Culpo's wedding dress was a little too prim, proper, and conservative for her taste. A woman known as the Gown-Eyed Girl, her real name is Kennedy Bingham, and I guess she covers wedding dresses the same way I cover sports. You know, like she's just doing it online as an influencer now. I've been a bridal creator for years now, and I've never said this before, but I do not like this wedding dress. It was a very conservative wedding dress. It looked like a big white turtleneck napkin over Olivia-Culpo, who, again, Olivia-Culpo, I know what her abs look like. I know what her cleavage looks like. I know what her butt cheeks look like. I have seen her half naked from just about 360 degrees, every angle. And on her wedding day, she wanted to wear something, as she said, that felt as serious as the commitment that I was making. And that's what I think that this influencer, the 32-year-old wedding dress influencer, didn't like, where she basically felt that Olivia-Culpo was telling other brides who go in a less conservative direction on their wedding days, you're a bunch of whores. Where that's not what Olivia-Culpo was saying at all. Olivia-Culpo was saying, this is my wedding day and this is how I want to treat it. I don't think she was looking to imprint this on Generation TikTok, who we all know is just showing us butt cheeks and areolas, you know, when they go out for a Tuesday night. You know? I mean, have you ever seen the chick that I don't know if he's dating her, but Kanye West's girlfriend only shows us her nipples. Oh, like she doesn't believe in you not seeing her nipples. There was the famous line from The Sopranos. But Tony, she's a hooah. I'm not saying any of these girls are hooahs, but I do know that there is a generation of let me show you everything but my labia on Instagram that is out there. That Olivia-Culpo has participated in, to the point where she was named Miss Universe. On her wedding day, she wanted a little something more prim and proper and old-fashioned, and that is a good thing. Again, the only thing that I remember about my wife's wedding dress, other than the fact that she looked gorgeous in it. It was a little lacy, it was a little off the shoulder, and it was white. And it was only $800. God bless her. Jillian only spent $800 on her wedding dress. I bet you Culpo was in for at least $80,000 on that wedding dress. But yeah, Jillian found the very first dress she tried on in her I'm trying on wedding dress processes was the dress. She would have been the worst contestant ever on Is This the Gown or whatever that was. Where girls go on and have three of their friends viciously evaluate their gowns as they're being tried on. And one of the friends is always a gay guy who's like, And then there's always the angry mother who's just shitting on her daughter for even trying to look pretty on her wedding. That became a formulaic show. Anyway, there you go. There you go. So the wedding dress controversy that is running through the NFL is running through the NFL about as quickly as Christian McCaffrey did last year when he was very, very good and he got MVP votes. Niners Nation did a poll about the most underappreciated 49ers out there, and on top of a list on CBS, they said it was Brandon Ayuk. It's funny, I never thought that Brandon Ayuk was underappreciated as much as Brandon Ayuk, I'm sure, feels that he is now underpaid in a rising market of salaries for wide receivers. To me, if I had to tell you, like when you say underappreciated Niner, the first guys that I thought of were Colton McKivitz and Aaron Banks. I think Aaron Banks is a really good guard. Playing next to Trent Green, he doesn't get an awful lot of love Trent Williams. You look at that and you just go, well, it's one of the best tackles of all time. But I think Aaron Banks is fantastic. I think that Colton McKivitz is better than a lot of people want to give him credit for. So to me, there's someone who fits the underappreciated model in my own mind right there. I would say that Mooney Ward defensively, like he isn't brought up as one of the best corners in football, and he was last year for the 49ers. I would also say that Dre Greenlaw is a guy whose play is so ever-present and taken for granted that you don't really, think about it until it's gone. And I hope that Dre Greenlaw appreciation won't be through the roof early in this season, because if it is, it'll mean that his absence is being felt and noticed on Sundays. So I would put Dre Greenlaw in there. And in the most controversial, this is definitely going to get comments, in the most controversial, underappreciated guy out there, I hesitate to say it. I really do. This is going to get comments. This is going to get comments after the show is over. Kicker Jake Moody. This is going to be unpopular. Jake Moody, I know no one wants to admit to this. I don't know if there's anybody else out there to even have the balls to say this. Jake Moody had a good rookie season. Now, he also went 1 for 3 on field goals in the postseason. That ain't great. He also missed a point after touchdown in a Super Bowl that had to go to overtime. That's not great either. But in his regular rookie season, he made 21 out of 25 field goals and was 60 of 61, best in the NFL points after touchdown as a rookie. As a rookie, that's a good start to a career. And hopefully, it only gets better than that. So there you go. There's my list of underappreciated. There is some production projections out there that you can go ahead, you can look at, you can scoff at. But basically, Mike Klay for ESPN has everybody on the 49ers coming in a little bit under of everything that they produced last year, which I guess is a conservative way to say that you think they're going to be similar, but maybe a little bit of a step back everywhere. Now, I don't know. I would like to think that Purdy takes even a step forward from his 4,000-yard passing season and 31 touchdowns. I would like to think that Christian McCaffrey's numbers will be a little depressed because he's not being used or overused nearly as much as he was last year. In terms of receiving numbers, there will be more guys to give the ball to. Again, this is the crux of what do you pay Brandon Ayuk? What is he really worth when you're spreading the ball around to the point where Debo and Kittle's numbers will become depressed. He's got Juwan Jennings having just 15 catches. Last year, he only had 19. Why? Well, he's got rookie Ricky Pearsall having 29 catches for 385 yards, 3 touchdowns. I'm not going to argue about numbers in a season that some math model is projecting, but it's out there for you if you'd like to argue with it. He's got the 49ers coming in at just 43 sacks next season when they had 48 last season, and 48 wasn't enough. I'm going to tell you right now, if the Niners have 43 or fewer sacks, I don't think they're back in the Super Bowl. That number alone needs to go north of 43 for me to feel good about this team and the defense that this defensive line is playing. The defensive line can't be a strength of your team, and then you come under the sack total that we all agreed was a disappointing sack total from the year before. So I hope that number goes up. Giants took 2 of 3 in Atlanta. How about that? The Giants took 2 of 3 in Atlanta. Logan Webb gets a win on getaway day. It's a 3-game series now beginning in Cleveland this afternoon. Cleveland is really hard to beat in Cleveland. The Guardians are 28-10 in 38 home games so far this year. The secret sauce for the Giants, by the way, hit 2 or more home runs. The Giants, when they hit at least 2 home runs in a game, are 16-4 now on the season. So keep that up, why don't you? In terms of the enemy of my enemy is my friend, I think Giants have to all realize that one of their new best friends is Arizona Diamondbacks' Christian Walker. Have you seen what Christian Walker has done down at Dodger Stadium? He is becoming one of the most prolific all-time Dodger killers in the city of Los Angeles baseball has ever seen. On the 4th of July, he hit his 18th and 19th home runs against the Dodgers in just 42 career games at the ballpark. 19 home runs in 42 career games at Dodger Stadium. Dave Roberts, quote, "He's Babe Ruth against us," end quote. He's homered in He's homered in 5 consecutive games at the third oldest ballpark in the majors. He's tying the longest single-season streak at the stadium with teammate Jock Peterson, who did it in 2015 when he was with Los Angeles, before Jock Peterson became a bum. So, there you go. That is your show. That's what we got for you on the Friday after the 4th of July. I hope you still got all of your fingers. By the way, we learn here that Erwin's joining us from the Netherlands. He's already in his weekend. I hope you continue to have a great weekend. R. Lee, Damon, this is the slow part of the sports year. It sure as hell is. I can't wait for the Olympics to start, right? Oh, you know what? Just because we can, come and knock on our door. Shout out the Regal Beagle from Rockin' New Era 84. Yeah, we love Regal Beagles. Happy to complete your Friday there, Albert. Of course, you get a shout out. You're as regular as regulars get, my friend. Again, anyone who has brought me coffee is all right by me. What else we got going on here in the chat today? Oh, regulars abound. T from the 203. Yeah, isn't this something else? You're shamed for being a prude these days. It's the truth. It's the truth. I mean, like I saw, Megan Thee Stallion walking around Chase Center stage, and I'm pretty sure I saw her clit. It's just. There are some very bold fashion choices out there. And Olivia-Culpo not making one on her wedding day is a little old-fashioned, I guess. You're right. San Bruno Mike, say yes to the dress. That's the name of that god-awful show. Yes to the dress. Garrison Hurst was underappreciated. Yeah, it wasn't. It was a current underappreciation, not an all-time underappreciation. Hey, Postman Capitola. Oy, oy, oy! Long weekend. It's a 4-day weekend. Back on the mainland, enjoying a little cooler weather. Great to see you, as always. Send it in, Jerome. Send it in, Jerome! Back from Hawaii is the Postman. So there you go. Everyone in Capitola, you're going to get your mail again. You can trust the Postman in Capitola. The fill-in mailman? I don't know. See, Chef A. She's like, I don't know about Moody. Maybe I'll get less nervous. Yeah, look at it this way. You can't accuse Moody of having a weak leg. He does not have a weak leg. Come on. It's like saying that It's like saying Brock Purdy's got a weak arm, just a dink and dunk guy. Oh, what do you know? He's leading the NFL in downfield passing. There you go. Saying yes to the dress that belongs on TLC. Yeah, I probably won't bring it up again. But I will be bringing up, starting again on Monday, how much it means to have you here each and every day. It is awesome that you are a part of this little culture that we got brewing and cooking, and will soon be drinking together once again at the Dubliner West Portal. So stay tuned next week for your official date. It will be happening soon. In the meantime, you people, what do you mean by you people? I mean, you people are my kind of people, truly. So thank you so much for being here today. Have a great weekend. Hopefully you're still rolling your 4th of July into a weekend, and you got a long weekend here. We'll all be back at it on Monday, and we'll be another weekend closer to football being back. Yay. I like that an awful lot. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you are watching, if you are listening, the only request I have is that you remember that sports don't build character. They reveal it. And like that, he's